Hey everybody, just want to drop a little video, uh, talk to the people. Anyway, I look at a lot of these car videos, and I said, "Oh, these guys have recalls. These guys have transmission problems," and they're correct. A lot of recalls, a lot of transmission problems, a lot of engines self-grenading. But thing is, quick little rundown things I pointed out. I may be in the market for a truck. Not sure yet, but the Chevy, most of them are four cylinders, and then they're putting four-wheel drive on top of these four cylinders. And a lot of the models available are customs and trail boss and things like that. I don't need four-wheel drive where I live at. And I test drove a Riptide Blue Chevy 1500 with the four cylinder in it because I'm looking for the cheapest model available, right? That looks decent, not the stripper work trucks, but one that looked decent. So the Riptide Blue, black wheels. I think it had Nerf bars on it. Nice truck. Till I drove it. That four cylinder is anemic. It has no soul in it. These guys making videos. I watched the guy, he's got, oh, I love my truck. Dude, you must just go get groceries. And you must not live anywhere you trying to haul ass or anything like that. But, I mean, you drive that truck, you might as well just drive your Toyota. Because that's just how it drives. No soul. You step on the gas, it eventually goes 0 to 60 by tomorrow. No torque. I don't know what they're talking about. Oh, it's got 310. Zero torque. You just go. And then these dealers, they're putting forward drive on top of this anemic ass motor. And it's like, wow, I can only imagine what a forward drive would even be worse because you're carrying an extra 700-800 pounds on the front end with this little light sewing machine engine in there. You really gonna be holding up traffic. Then I went and test drove a Ford XLT. I really like that Ford. And I'm not a Ford guy by any means. I hate Fords. Um, but I drove a black XLT two-wheel drive with the 2.7. At least it had more torque than the damn GM. That GM was soulless. Like I said, the Ford has a little more power to it, a little more torque. But I'm not a fan of the wet belt system. That's lots of expensive maintenance down the road. They have transmission troubles. I'm worried about being in an accident with the aluminum body. That's something else to worry about. And but it was black. I didn't want black. I wanted blue. Lo and behold, I think there are 5 dealers in quick driving from my area, and none of them had a antimatter blue two-wheel drive XLT with the black wheels. I forgot what that package is. It has black wheels. Because I don't want no chrome. I want to go all blue with the black on it. They didn't have none. You go to the lot, they're full. There's like 50 2025s on these Ford lots. And it's the 2026s rolling in. They have no 2026s. And the 25s, they're not discounting them almost at all. They're still super expensive for XLT, which have basically nothing in it except maybe a garage opener. I don't even think I seen that in the one I test drove. Yeah, the XLT didn't even have the garage door opener. So if you got 50 something thousand dollars to buy a truck, they don't even think you own a home or anything like that, or would be in the house. Think you're in an apartment. So I didn't like that with the XLT. It's missing some stuff. But I liked the interior had a good feel to it. Only thing about Ford use these little real tiny buttons. I have fairly fat and big fingers, and Ford used these little tiny buttons. I had a rental Ford. I don't know what year, maybe 2019 Ford F-150. I liked that truck. But I go to hit the button to lock the doors or unlock the door, the freaking buttons are tiny. It's like, who made this? A child? These little lock buttons are tiny. Didn't like that, but I liked the way the truck drove. But not a Ford guy. But I would have got, if they'd have had an antimatter two-wheel drive blue with the black wheels, I think I would have bought it. And that's been since April I looked at it. Gave these dealers my name and number. They email you, they call you, oh, we got a truck. You go down there, it's a four-wheel drive, not even remotely close with what you told them you wanted. And it's always a different color. Don't try to make a sale, idiot. I want what I want. And that's it. 5, 6 dealers, and all y'all got the same black, white, gray. Black, white, gray. Trucks on your lot. No one's buying them. They're all the same color. And if you know, you don't keep buying black trucks. You're trying to switch it up a little bit. Inventory is pitiful. Ram. I really want to buy the Ram. Ram don't have any two-wheel drives in the specs that I want out here. Most of them are four-wheel drive. For some reason, I don't know why they are in the four-wheel drive. Maybe because they want you to service the four-wheel drive with them, or just have the extra 800 pounds on the front end to burn a little bit more gas as you're sitting in traffic. Because you don't need a four-wheel drive where I stay at. Two-wheel drives. It should be 90% two-wheel drives and a few four-wheel drives out here. Because it doesn't snow. It doesn't snow here. So I don't know why they keep ordering four-wheel drives. Who the hell's taking a $50,000 to $70,000 truck off-road is an idiot. But that's what's going on. They're selling four-wheel drives for some strange reason. The two-wheel drives are rare. Then I see the Dodge dealers. They still have addendums in the windows. How the hell is your truck price higher than everything else and still has addendums in the window? This one dealer I was very close to dealing with, $3,500 addendum in the sticker. I said, man, I don't want any of that stuff. And the guy's like, oh, we can negotiate. Negotiate $3,500? Which you gonna sell it for $100? Because I'm not paying for this stuff. You know how much that puts on your note when you're saying $3,500? That's a lot of money. And say, oh, well, we break it up into payments. I don't care if it's $10 a month. $10 a month over what? 60, 72 months? That's a lot of money. It's going to be more than that. No, you're not going to get me to spend $3,500. Now, one Dodge dealership I looked online, they add-ons was like $800. That I can deal with. Just give them the $800 and it's over with, but not $3,500 on price of you. You get me on my trade-in. If the trade-in's worth $20, you're gonna give me $17.50 for it, so you can make a few thousand on a trade. Then I'm gonna buy the purchase truck. Let's say if it's a $50,000 truck, you're gonna make me pay as close to $50 as you can, maybe $48. So I think I'm coming ahead, right? No, you're going to get me for the $2,000 on the interest rate because they read right to left instead of left to right. So when they come back and say, oh, we got you approved at 8%, you're probably at about 6 or closer to 6 because they're going to read from the highest. That's why they can always lower you into, 7.5. And they come back, 7 that's the final we can do. And you're probably at 6. So then you turn on the news and it's saying millions of repos. Yeah, after people been paying all this money for these vehicles that's breaking down, self-grenading, transmissions going out, and now you turn around and you're upside down when you go to trade it in for another new one that's got the exact same engines in them because the engines they're using are in everything. You're talking about a 4-cylinder Chevy, which should have been in like a Cavalier type car, is in a 1500 pickup. They might as well put the same damn engine in a Suburban you're putting in a pickup truck. Why not do that? Hell, at least those are not saying that they're grenading on you. Those 6.2s, I think they are, and the 5.3s, blowing up on people. I looked at Toyota. I looked at 2023. It was brand new. Toyota, and I kind of wanted it. The salesman, I looked at a Platinum and a 1794. But I went there for the 1794. I said, hey, I want to look at these two trucks, see what's the difference. Knowing that I want the 1794, but I got to give him another one and say, hey, I might like this one. Look at that one for a little while, and then at the end, I want that one. So, 1794, I got to look inside of that. So, hey, get the keys to both. Let me drive both. Right? So, the Platinum is kind of underneath the awning or underneath by the front door. It's kind of hard to get out because they had another one. There's cars parked around the showroom on the outside, right? Like, and he grabs keys, comes out. So we're in the parking lot. We're talking our strategy. We're gonna let them think we want this one, then we're gonna switch to that one. Say, hey, well, we can get that one for this price or a little cheaper. We'll get that one, and it'll be something crazy. I want the cheaper price on the 1794. The idiot salesman, he comes back with the keys only to the Platinum, not to the other. So I jump in the Platinum, drive. Oh, okay. So I get back and say, well, what about the other one there? Oh, I couldn't get the key. Look at my watch. Shoot, we've been here almost an hour. I'm not going to spend the rest of my evening waiting on this guy to tell me he can't find the keys. Well, what happened to the other one is getting to be the end of the year. I like to buy in December. This was a 2023, brand new. What they did was they couldn't sell it. So what they did, because I was looking for a deal, so I was looking for the 23s because the 24s was hitting a lot. And I was trying to do the 23 and get a decent discount on it. What they did was, if you ever look at Toyota, right now, any 2025 that's not sold, they're going to start moving them into the loaner vehicle department. And that's what that black one was. They shipped it over there by the shop and used it as a loaner because those 2022s was coming back with blown engines. They was giving them the 2023 that I was looking at as the loaner. So it was getting miles and getting use out of it as a loaner for the ones coming back in. So I said, well, damn, I didn't get that one because that one was black and it had the white interior in it. I don't know if you guys ever see the 1794S white interior on those. Beautiful. Love that truck. Would have got it. But now after it's all said and done, engines are gradating to doing a GM thing. Nah, I pass. Because they're saying even the replacement engines are blowing up. Which, if you can imagine, they're blowing up and we all know about it. The warranty people are going to know about it. So you can be paying extra money for the warranty on that damn thing because they pretty much know they're probably going to be buying you a new engine again. You're going to keep needing the engine. So it's not like it's one that's done, it's fixed. They're saying the replacement engines are blowing up. So those should be fully loaded $50K to discount those. So what Toyota's doing, that 23 was one price. I think it was in the 60s. If you look at the 1794 now, they're like 72, 74, depending on what they put in it, because they're maxing them out with the packages. And they're charging $70,000 for a truck with a defective engine. When Toyota could simply take the 5.7 V8 and just put it back in that truck, because it's big enough. Put that V8 back in there and solves the problems of blown engines and get your reliability back. But they won't do it. So for whatever reason, I wouldn't buy a Toyota. Stay away from it. But I would have bought a Tacoma because their lease deals is crazy. $250 a month for like 24, 36 months. I love that. I'm on that all day. $250 a month for a Toyota Tacoma. It's a smaller truck, granted, but it's a truck. I'm not in a freaking Camry. I'm in a little truck. I would go for that. But keeping from the Toyota Tacomas is I'm a pretty big guy, so 6'3", a lot of weight on me. I wouldn't out there look right getting out of one of those. And I saw TFL truck. They had bought a blueberry colored one when they first come out, and they all got in it, and they was all shoulder to shoulder. And they're like, "Hey, it's tight back here. I'm not interested in that." It was, 4 more inches in the back, and the truck would have been decent. No, they shrink the back so it make you want to get the Tundra and the Tundra engine grenade. And then the Tacoma, they're flying off the shelves. Last I looked, they had sold 130,000 Tacomas, beating Ford and the Chevy GMC twins combined. They sold more Tacomas. So any of these lots you look full of Tacomas, they're selling those Tacomas because the lease deals are crazy. So the Tundras are failing. A lot of people looking at the Tundra and using that. You just need to zip back and forth to work, put a little bit of stuff in the back. That's all you need. You don't need much bigger than that. The Tundras are overkill because the prices, most of them are fully loaded. Limiteds are hard to find. And the strippers, they're just ugly. I don't know why is these trucks. They used to do where if you bought a Chevy 1500, they all looked alike. You didn't know what was different till you sat inside. So, one had power windows versus one had roll-up windows. This one has wood on the dash. This one doesn't. This one has a nice radio, whatever. There were nuances different on the outside, but the majority of the difference was on the inside. Now, they make the inside ugly on the base model, so you don't really want those. They're ugly. Then you step up just a little bit, get the next package up. Oh, $10,000 more, like with the Rams. To go from a tradesman to a bighorn, the bighorns are 55 to 58K, depending on what's in it, and not even having a sunroof. And then the tradesmen's are in the 40s. Closer to 50, 51, 52 for some of them, because they're putting those elephant ear mirrors on them and tow packages and all this bid stuff and making those cheap trucks $50,000. Like I said, it's like 10 grand more to get the bighorn. Then it's 10 grand more to get a Laramie. You can get a sunroof in a bighorn now, but the dealers won't order the bighorns with the sunroof because they want you to buy the damn Laramie, which is another 10 grand over that. So now you're 72,000 for a Laramie, and they talking about they discounted down into the 60s. And it's 10 grand more over the bighorn, because the bighorns are 55, 53. The Laramies are discounted to about 63, 64. And it's just the only difference is leather. There's not much difference. Not much that you can go without. It's just leather. And in a lot of those, a few of those have sunroofs. Then, just a few now, not many. To really get a sunroof, like standard, you gotta get the limited. Limiteds have sunroofs. All of them, mostly. I know you guys probably find limiteds without sunroofs, but a lot of the ones I see, limiteds have sunroof. So if I say I want a 1500 Ram sunroof, I gotta go to limited trim. I can't go bighorn. So when everyone's trying to save money, they're still building these Rolls-Royce level trucks, and they're astronomical on price. Interest rates are ridiculous, and 72 freaking months, 84 months. That's ridiculous. But anyway, just my 2 cents. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you had a great holiday. Next, we're looking to New Year's. Guys, stay safe. Stay focused.